Do you have a house with some old trends that are dated on their way out and you're thinking about selling your home, and how do you stage it for a quick sale? Well, today I've got an expert here to help us with those tips. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, your local San Jose, California Realtor. So today I have Dora with 365 Staging going to help us figure out how your dated interior can be switched around and updated so that you can stage it for a quick sale. So let's go ahead and get started. So Dora, what do you think are the trends that are on their way out? What should we avoid, or what should we intend on fixing if we're going to be putting our house on the market?
So what we've been seeing for the last few years is a lot of gray upon gray. And that's actually kind of a difficult trend for some people. I've worked in interior design for Silicon Valley for many years now, and most of the clients that I had liked warmer tones, like the reds and the yellows and browns, so colors that are a little more warm than these very cool colors that we've been seeing. So one of the points of staging is to attract the most number of people possible.
Yes, get that price up, right?
That's right. So we call that design for the masses.
Yes.
So instead of going for that really cool color tone of the grays, I would suggest wood colors that have a little more of the golden tones and brown tones in them. Okay. They can still have a little more of that rustic touch and a little bit of the gray finish. However, I strongly recommend not going towards the grays that have a lot of the blue or super cool colors in them. And I think one of the trends that was very popular back in the 90s and early 2000s, which you will see all over the Silicon Valley, is the red mahogany color on the wood floors as well as cabinets. That is a color that's really very strong for what the buyers are looking for nowadays. Now, one really safe thing that you can always do for cabinets is just to go with a clean white cabinet. And that will definitely attract the most number of buyers.
Now, if you have really neutral all-white kitchen, how would you change that up to make it a little bit more modern and not so sterile?
Right, so you can actually do one of my favorite paint colors and not just bring another white paint. So there's going to be some contrast between the walls and the cabinetry. So it tends to look more sophisticated, a little more expensive. Okay. So those colors are my Kelly Moore colors. Snip of Tannin, which is a nice light beige color.
On your wall.
Yes, that's right. And also I like Malibu beige, which is a taupey color. So it's got elements of warm and cool to it. So it's kind of like a gray beige color. Yeah. And that is a beautiful, sophisticated look that would help bring out the cabinets.
So Dora, can you tell me what's another trend that maybe is on its way out and how you might address that when you're getting your house ready to sell?
So I would kind of steer clear away from doing anything too farmhouse-like. Okay. That's like that shiplap siding that's really, really popular, and a lot of the open shelves. Okay. So think about like most people and how they live in the home. The open shelf idea sounds really great and great for decorating, but who really lives this way? Yeah, it's just not that practical.
You have to keep it too tidy for it to be presentable, right?
That's right. So I don't see that as a real sustainable trend. Also, you see some of those sliding barnyard type of doors. Yes. So that is something that is so ingrained with that trend that I think that, once again, with staging your home for sale, we are really trying to neutralize the environment so it's not too much one way or another, and you want to attract the most number of people. Yeah. So I would say those are trends I would recommend staying away from.
So as you can tell, talking with Dora, home staging is quite a bit different than living in your home. So if you're looking to get your house ready to sell, there's definitely some videos I'm going to put above, like 8 tips to maximize the value of your home, as well as curb appeal tips to increase the value of your home. So take a look at those links below in the description for further information. Again, I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, and this is Dora with 365 Staging. Thanks so much for listening today.